It's easy to, when you see these little guys chewing on your plants, to think that it's a problem that needs an immediate and a drastic solution. What if the caterpillars that are chewing on your plants today later become the pollinators that your garden needs? When we see things that are wrong, or that we've been taught that are wrong in our garden, that are problems, we seek out the advice about what to do. And a lot of times when it comes to any pests that are nibbling on your plants, the advice is to remove them quickly. You know, let's preserve the harvest so we get the best out of everything. That advice is missing a piece of the overall picture. That pest could be part of the bigger ecosystem and actually may play an important role in the ecosystem in and around your garden. So what I like to do is I like to try to learn about what that is, what that caterpillar or what that bug is. You know, what part can it play? What positive part can it play in my garden? Is it going to attract pollinators? Is it going to bring in other beneficial insects? Is it going to turn into a pollinator? You know, we often think about maybe saving monarchs and trying to raise monarch caterpillars. And when we do that, it's fun. It's really interesting, and it's really a lot of fun because they're so easy to observe going through all of the stages, from that little tiny caterpillar all the way up to a hatched butterfly, and you can see it happening in real time. So that's amazing. That said, monarchs are not the only butterflies. They're not the only pollinators that we need. They're not the only ones that deserve saving. Once I understand where something fits in the ecosystem, I try to learn about what it is it needs. So with our tomato plants, we always plant out some extra tomatoes. And I will, if I find hornworm caterpillars, I will take them from my good tomato plants and put them onto those sacrificial plants. That way they can go about their life cycle, and I can protect more of the tomatoes that I'm trying to grow.
Actually, I found some plants that I completely forgot about them. They're still in their little 6-pack cells. We didn't plant them all out, and they've actually rooted in. I'm gonna cut away the plastic cells from around them, and then after that, I'm gonna pile up dirt, get them more into the soil, give them some water, and that way they'll keep growing. We already have enough plants that are producing plenty of tomatoes for us. I'm going to keep these guys growing, and so that way, if I come across any hornworm caterpillars, I can at least give them something to eat. And one thing I want to say is I'm fascinated by all the insects in the garden. Even the hornworm caterpillars, when they're eating my tomato plants, I'm still just fascinated by their life cycle and watching them grow and how they live. And so there's part of me that's like, yeah, I don't want them eating my tomato plants, but another part of me that's like, they are so cool.
We don't get to pick and choose which creatures are going to benefit our garden without affecting the rest of the ecosystem. And so next time you see a chewed leaf, I want you to try to pause and ask yourself, is this damage really harmful? Or maybe this is part of something bigger. We don't need a pristine garden to have the kind of garden that we want. Maybe the kind of garden we want actually isn't pristine, and maybe it's a little rough around the edges, and some things are flopped over, some things get nibbled, and we can be okay with that. And actually, we put together a guide that you can download from our website that is intended to help you kind of shift your mindset a bit and feel more okay with the current garden that is matching the energy that you have. So I want to thank you all very much for watching. If you'd like more quiet garden moments and perspective shifts like this, make sure you click subscribe, click the like icon, and I will see you in the next one.